Camp Atterbury is no longer housing Afghans who fled the country when the Taliban took over at the end of August. One of a handful of locations across the country assisting in resettlement operations, more than 7,000 people had been temporarily housed at the base. Our reporter Mitch Legan brings us the story of one of the evacuees.
I met up for tea with Massaud Vighagh at his apartment on the south side of Indianapolis. He's one of about 200 people from Camp Atterbury who have settled here in Indiana. He's been here for just about 2 weeks, not too far from his sister and brother-in-law. It's different from what they were used to in Afghanistan.
We are living in a beautiful house in Afghanistan that they're living. My father, my parents, my brother. I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters.
But he says it beats the situation at Camp Atterbury. Vighagh had worked for the government in Afghanistan and left soon after the Taliban's takeover.
For 8 nights, I didn't sleep in my own house. Yeah, I went to my friend's house in different locations because some of Taliban that they know as.
He left his car on the side of the road in Kabul and boarded a plane with nothing but his passport and the clothes he was wearing. His parents, wife, and daughter are still there. He doesn't know if he'll see them again.
I know that he is spending so bad times for now. Sometimes, every day, maybe every day I'm calling to her and we are talking together.
He spends his days with the family he has here, chatting, trying new foods, and waiting for work documents. He's eager to leave the last 6 months behind him.
I don't want to talk and think about Camp Atterbury. Yeah. It was a bad experience for my life.
Vighagh was one of the first people to arrive at the camp and one of the last to leave. He spent 4.5 months in a barracks, sleeping on bunk beds with about 30 other men. They passed the time taking walks, playing cards, and praying. What really bothered him was the constant waiting. Having no control over what would happen to him or his family affected his mental health.
It was like a dark home, and your eyes are closed, and you can't do anything for yourself. Yeah, it was a big pressure on that time. Yeah.
He had a lot of time to think about his decision to leave Afghanistan. It was the safest move for his family, even if they weren't able to make it over. But he worries for them now.
Because I have nothing. I have to leave everything in Afghanistan. Yeah, it was a big decision, and I think that was so big pressure.
Vighagh studied the culture and practiced English for distraction. He wanted to set himself up for success. The next few months will be crucial for evacuees and the organizations that support them. They need to learn the culture and language and connect with employment. But the most important assistance could be psychological, not economic.
The second wave of effort comes after the 90-day mark, when they need to start providing counseling and psychological services to people who've experienced unbelievable violence.
Vighagh has a degree in economics and a master's in public administration. He's already reached out to professors about continuing his education and would like to become a teacher.
For many Afghan evacuees, one of the keys is going to be recertifying in their professions. And that is not something that is easy to do in the United States.
Higher qualified evacuees will likely have to work lower wage jobs at first, and Vihagh's fine with that. He'll work for the next 2 years before he applies for asylum. He knows his future's uncertain, but he's more concerned for his family. He's hoping one day they'll be able to reconnect, but for now, he's focused on improving his life here.
I thought that I'm here and my future also will be good, but some people are in Afghanistan, they have no future. Let's accept this situation.
For Indiana News Desk, I'm Mitch Legan.
In all, the United States has evacuated more than 75,000 Afghans since the country fell through Operation Allies Welcome.